Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
So today's podcast episode is courtesy inspired by my incredible, powerful, sexy husband, Ed, who had posted something about this today, and I just read it. I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing. Let me speak some more about this, which is that avoidance, what your avoidance really means. And that avoidance, just let me preface this for a moment here, sister. I'm going to keep you hanging. This is going to be an episode that's very, very real, more real than most. It will be an episode that might trigger you. It'll be an episode that might make you go, oh my God, fuck you. Turn it off. That's okay. Totally okay. But I'm going to get completely 100% straight, honest, real and raw in this episode. And to tell you this is that you're avoiding is another way of you lying. It's you lying. It's another form of it. And so how does that show up? Well, I can think of things that I avoided having in my life. Conversations, dealing with things within my business, thinking that, I'm just going to avoid it. Confronting somebody that's really upset me or that's really triggered or I feel has really betrayed or really done something that I'm not okay with and just avoided it because the lie that I told myself was, I'll just be easier. I'll just ignore it. I'll just let it go. Right? I can think of in my marriage years ago, before we were having honest conversations up until the last 2 years, which we have. And then there'd be things that would irritate me with my husband. It'd be things that would trigger me. It'd be things that, I didn't confront. I did confront, but I would confront like this. I would, any of those things that I felt or wanted to talk about, it was like, I don't have a big fight about it. Like, whatever, it's no big deal. When really, it was a big deal to me. It was something that mattered. And it wasn't like, pick up your fucking socks. Like, it wasn't that kind of stuff. But it was things that really mattered to me. And I avoided the conversation, telling myself the lie, which is, I'll just let it go. Oh, it's just easier not to deal with it. And that was a lie. Because what the truth was, is I was afraid what was going to come out of it. I was afraid of being rejected. I was afraid it would turn into this big blow-up fight. And I just would rather not have that. So I lied, and I said that it didn't matter to me, when it did actually in reality matter a lot. A fucking lot. So where else does this show up? Well, how about in times that you say that you don't have the time to do things? Or here's something classic. I have this with women that I coach, with women that people that I have conversations with say like, I don't really know. And to me, I don't know is what my coach often refers to, and this really resonates with me, is hide behind behavior. Yes, you know. You know. We know. I don't know if this is the right thing to do. Yeah, you know. I don't really know if I'm ready. Yes, you do know. I don't really know if I'm supposed to do this. Yes, you know. I know becomes the easy way out. I know becomes I feel like there's this thing inside of me and I want to act on it, but I'm just going to say I don't know because that's easier than actually doing that big thing. I'm going to say I don't know because then it's easier for me to say I'm just going to survey my Facebook friends and get everybody's feedback and advice, and then I'm going to follow that. Because if I actually follow what I felt and it doesn't work out the way that I want, or I fail, or however you want to define that, well, then now I'm responsible. I don't want that, so I'm just going to say, well, I'm going to take a majority vote, and whoever, tells me to do things more, then, I'll do that. Lie. I don't have the time to take care of myself and go to the gym because I have children, because I have a business, because I'm too busy. Lie. Avoiding. I'm just going to avoid, doing that thing. I'm going to avoid that voice inside of me that says, wow, I have this message to give. I did that for years. I felt like I think it was around when I was 30, I felt like there was something more that I had to offer. It was about halfway through chiropractic college. I thought it was chiropractic, but it was kind of like, it was that, but it was like, that's moving in the direction, but that's not the thing. And I avoided that because I told myself, I'm not ready. Who am I to do this? I know this chiropractic thing, so I'm going to stay in this lane. And I avoided for years and made all sorts of excuses and reasons and justifications. And really, that avoidance was a lie. It was a lie. I don't want to confront that conversation and, say to that person how I really feel, because, I'll just let it go. I've done that before too. Let me take the high road here. When really, I was in the ditch and I was pissed and angry, and taking the spiritual high road, namaste, did not work. It didn't, because I couldn't let it go, because I didn't let it go. And the only thing that will allow me to let those things go was to actually have that conversation, to have that possible confrontation, which I didn't want to, because of the fear of, I'll go back to stuff with my husband too, rejection. What would they say? What would they think of me? Who am I? I'll just squash it. And it's a strategy that in the short term, sister, avoiding, I know that you think is serving you. I know, because I used to feel that way too. This is working for me right now. For about a millisecond. Until you realize that it's going to surface back at some point. It's kind of like procrastination, right? Avoidance. So here's your more tip for today, sister. Where in your life are you avoiding something? Is it that difficult conversation in your marriage? Is it something that you need to really talk to your kids about? Is it something within your business, with a partner, with an employee, with a boss, that needs to be addressed? Are you avoiding something in your health right now because you're scared of what you might find? Avoiding. With love, sister, it's lying. It's the same thing. It's just a different flavor of it. So once you've then found, okay, this is the area in my life where I'm really avoiding, then here's the second step to this. What are you willing to commit to actually take action and to do the thing that you've been avoiding? What is one action you can take today, like in the next 24 hours? Because, see, there's momentum in action. When that decision is swiftly made, things start to shift. If you go, well, I'm gonna go buy that book and I'll just put it on the shelf. I'm going to, read this book, learn all these lessons, and then I'll just make notes of them. Go to seminar, make notes, and I'll, maybe refer back to them later. No, if you actually took action, sister, on those things, your life would change. Your life only changes if your life changes. So where in your life are you avoiding? And the second part, what action are you willing to commit to in the next 24 hours to stop that, right? To have that conversation, to get that thing done, to push play, like whatever it is that you've been avoiding, what's the one action step that's going to take you in the direction of actually doing? So, sister, I want you to go ahead then next and head over to drkarenosborn.com and make sure to subscribe to the Woman Wanting More newsletter. I'm launching a brand new, very low investment, time you get with me, Woman Wanting More Sisterhood. It will be very exciting. It'll be through a Facebook format that'll be teaching Facebook Lives on a weekly basis. And you get to be a part of this. And so I'm launching this in a webinar a week from today, actually 6 days from today. So when you subscribe to the Woman Wanting More newsletter over at drkarenosborn.com, entering your name and your email, also going to get my More For Action Guide, which is really your way to be able to start to build power within your life. Then you're going to get all these updates. So programs that I'm launching, webinars, my Woman Wanting More annual live, which will be a one-day event in Vancouver, BC, Canada in late May, June of this year of 2017. My book that's coming out in 4 weeks. So make sure to head over to drkarenosborn.com, enter in your name and email, and I will get you hooked up on that today. So I will talk to the next episode. A Life of More Sister is just one step away from me doing the fucking work every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosburn.com/newsletter.